For generations, gardeners and small-scale farmers have sought ways to expand their growing space without expensive materials or labour-intensive construction. Ancient and historical practices often relied on layering natural materials to build soil beds, creating fertility and structure simultaneously. The modern twist? Well, that's cardboard. Far from being waste, cardboard is actually a perfect base for building massive soil beds quickly, cheaply, and, sustainably. By leveraging this overlooked material, you can create raised beds that retain moisture, suppress weeds, and encourage microbial activity, all without spending a fortune on wood, plastic, or other traditional bed-building materials. Cardboard acts as both a barrier and a nutrient initiator for your soil beds. When placed directly on the ground, cardboard smothers existing weeds and grass while breaking down slowly to feed soil organisms. Historical parallels exist. Farmers often layered straw, leaves or bark to suppress vegetation and enrich the soil. Modern gardeners can replicate this by laying flattened cardboard across the intended bed area, overlapping sheets to prevent gaps. Adding a thin layer of water helps the cardboard conform to the ground and jumpstarts microbial colonization. Over weeks and months, earthworms, fungi, and beneficial bacteria move into the cardboard, converting it into humus while creating a fertile living foundation for plants. Building height and layering matter more than fancy materials. Historical garden beds often relied on simple layering techniques, alternating organic matter and mineral-rich soil to maximize fertility. Cardboard beds work similarly. Once the base layer is down, you just add compost, straw, leaves, or other organic residues on top. The cardboard retains moisture, prevents nutrient leaching, and slowly decomposes to feed the growing layer above. By layering multiple organic inputs, you can build soil beds several feet deep without structural supports or costly amendments. For gardeners, this technique allows the creation of substantial planting areas on previously unusable ground, such as compacted soil or grassy plots, transforming them into productive garden space. Moisture management is the key to success in cardboard beds. The cardboard itself absorbs water initially, encouraging microbial activity and binding layers together. Historical records show that careful moisture control in layered beds prevented decomposition from stalling or becoming anaerobic. In modern practice, watering the cardboard layer lightly and maintaining consistent moisture in the top layers ensures rapid integration with the soil below. Covering the bed with a layer of mulch or straw further conserves water and protects the decomposing material from sun and wind. Over time, the cardboard layer becomes fully incorporated, producing rich, spongy soil that supports strong plant growth. Cardboard beds encourage biodiversity and improve soil structure naturally. Just as historical gardeners layered materials to attract earthworms, fungi, and beneficial microbes, modern cardboard beds do the same. The decomposing material attracts worms that aerate the soil and break down organic matter into plant-available nutrients. Fungal networks establish themselves, enhancing water retention and nutrient uptake for crops. For practical application, gardeners can interplant cover crops or nitrogen-fixing plants within the cardboard bed to accelerate decomposition and improve fertility further. This creates a semi-self-sustaining ecosystem where soil structure and fertility increase season after season. You can expand or adapt beds easily without heavy construction. Historical techniques often emphasized modularity. Beds could be extended or rearranged according to seasonal needs or crop rotations. Cardboard beds allow the same flexibility. Simply add additional sheets and layer more organic material to enlarge beds or reshape beds as needed without dismantling expensive frameworks. This adaptability is perfect for survivalists, small-scale farmers, or anyone experimenting with intensive gardening, because it allows for large, productive growing areas without committing to permanent infrastructure or high costs. The larger lesson is that cheap materials can produce professional results when combined with ecological understanding. Cardboard beds work not because of some fancy technology, but because they harness natural decomposition, microbial activity, and the layering principles that gardeners have observed for centuries. By working with these processes, gardeners can suppress weeds, retain water, and improve fertility all at once, effectively building soil faster and more sustainably than many of those modern, high-cost systems. Once your beds are established, honestly, minimal intervention is needed. Just a bit of observation and the occasional addition of organic matter will keep your system productive year after year. Cardboard, well, it's more than just trash. It's a tool for soil transformation. It really shows how historical principles can be adapted to meet modern challenges, letting gardeners create expansive, productive growing areas quickly and without breaking the bank. So, by combining layering, moisture management, and organic inputs, cardboard beds actually provide a living foundation for plants that just keeps on improving, season after season. It's a method that reduces both labour and material costs, while still maximising yield. If you'd like to discover more historical hacks and sustainable strategies for building resilient high-yield gardens, do consider subscribing to FarmLab, sharing this video with fellow history enthusiasts and gardeners, and joining us in turning simple, overlooked materials into powerful tools for modern agriculture.